Welcome to Perspectives on Signature TV. My name is Linus Aleke. The culture of the president serving as the Minister of Petroleum Resources in the country has generated a lot of controversy following the recent crisis in NNPC. We're on the street to find out from Nigerians what their feelings are about this culture.
He has a lot to do. He should just relinquish that position and then focus on what matters most, because as it is for now, I can't really tell, because he will not be able to handle both offices equally. He will either leave one down or so and then look up to the other one, work on the other one. So he should just leave one and then focus on one.
To me, I don't know about other people's view, but from my own view, I think it is not possible, because you can't be serving two hands at the same time. You must have time, create time for one, then the other one need to be like handled by that person. So to me, to be honest, I'm not sure if he'll be able to like.
My advice to Mr. President, he should just resign as a Minister of Petroleum, because of he cannot be president of this country, and again he be Minister of Petroleum again. Because Nigeria is a big country. President have a lot of things to do for this country. So, and waiting up in the NPC is totally unfair. We are the part of change. If there change, we start change from the alliance of the three political parties versus 4 ABGA. How a GM can disrespect the state minister of petroleum, do appointment, and hold the contract, do this, we try to consult the Minister of State Petroleum. That's why we're arguing again now. Some people tell me, say, the NPC Act did recognize State Minister of Petroleum. I say, why Mr. President admits that he say he follow the rule of law? Why are you appointing as a State Minister of Petroleum? When board member in NPC Act didn't recognize the Minister of the State Petroleum as a board.
My view over this petroleum crisis is this. You know, anytime from Obasanjo doubled himself as the president and the petroleum minister. And we saw what happened that time. The industry became bad. And there's no way a president will be acting as a president of the nation, having so many burdens on him. And the problem in petroleum will be solved, because that petroleum is the area that Nigeria is having more crisis. The corruption we are talking about today is in that petroleum. Whatever bad that is happening in this country today is from that petroleum. Why some people are afraid of restructuring is from that petroleum. So the best thing for the president to do is to relinquish that power of being the petroleum minister.
My own point of view is this. The issue is not that the office is too cumbersome for the Mr. President to handle compared to the nation's problem. Even though being the Minister of Petroleum, let's be realistic, all the ministers, are they the one doing the job? They are only political heads. You understand? It is the what do you call it? It is the PAMSEC and all of that that are handling this job. His own is that they will feed him, and when they feed him, it is all based on the available information around him that he will act on. The post being attached to Mr. President, it may be too much for him. No, it's not too much for him. Yes, if the law says they doesn't recognize state minister, but however, he is the chairman of the board. That is for that. You understand? Now, you don't recognize the state minister, but who is the chairman of the board? He is the same person.
The president is busy. He cannot be president and at the same time Minister of Petroleum. So the best thing for him, let him hand over that post to somebody that is capable.
I want to say that every rational country is ruled by a constitution. Even in communities where we do not have constitution, we have values. If we do not have values, we have norms. But here is a state, as it were Nigeria. If we need to blame anybody, we ought to blame the National Assembly, because the National Assembly is the eye of the people. No matter what you and I say, it won't go anywhere. It is those that have been called to represent the various constituencies of this country that should come up and say, okay, Mr. President, please, you are supposed to be the president. Allow for room for a minister who is well groomed, a professional in that area, to run that sector.
For this present government, they are not trying in terms of petroleum, the oil sector, because this era of we become the president and you are the minister of petroleum, so it cannot go. You cannot serve two positions at the same time, because it's a very important oil. It's a very important business which moves the economy. So you have to look for a capable person. Look at what is happening now. 26 billion naira was missing, $1 billion was missing from the treasury. How did it happen? Because there was no a minister there to handle, to checkmate what is going out, what is coming in. That's the reason.
I keep wondering myself. I've asked a few people, how do you become a president and at the same time a minister of such a very huge, ministry? Petroleum ministry is very huge. That's like our mainstream. That's like where we get all our fundings from. That's where we fund the full nation from, all the government parastatals and everything. So you can't run both things. You have a lot as a president alone. You are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and at the same time you want to run this one. So it's not going to happen.
Those were the views of Nigeria on this issue. Until you come your way again, thanks for watching.